Hey everyone and welcome to my channel. So today we're diving into a story that honestly feels like it's straight out of a Hollywood movie. You have a legendary athlete who retires, the world kind of moves on, and then bam, she comes back to completely rewrite the record books. We are talking about the one, the only, the unstoppable Lindsey Vonn. So what does it really take for an icon to defy the end of their own career? Let's get into it. And that's really the core question here, isn't it? I mean, this isn't just about getting back on a pair of skis. This is about defying your age, coming back from what should have been career-ending injuries, and just shattering all expectations in a sport where victory is measured in hundredths of a second. Seriously, this was not supposed to be possible. And then, this happened. On a snowy mountain in St. Moritz, Switzerland, Lindsey Vonn, the person everyone thought had hung up her skis for good, she crosses that finish line and sends this massive jolt through the entire sports world. Just let that number sink in for a second. 41. In a sport where you are basically considered a veteran in your late 20s, competing at this age is almost unheard of. But winning? Yeah, that's a whole other level. And that right there is the headline. She didn't just show up to participate, she won. By taking first place in St. Moritz, she absolutely shattered the record, becoming the oldest woman in the history of the sport to stand on top of that podium. Just incredible. Okay, so to really, truly grasp how massive this comeback is, we've got to rewind a bit. We need to understand the absolute legend she was before she ever walked away. I mean, her career was basically a rocket ship from the get-go. She explodes onto the World Cup scene as a teenager, wins her first massive overall title in 2008, and then goes on to make history at the 2010 Olympics. By the time she retired in 2019, she was already on the Mount Rushmore of skiing, no question. And just look at these numbers, because they tell a story of pure dominance. 82 World Cup wins, that was a women's record when she retired. And those 20 Crystal Globes, that's the ultimate prize for being the best all season, that's the most for any skier in history, man or woman. She wasn't just good, she was one of the greatest of all time. But, when your entire career is lived at speeds of over 80 miles an hour, well, that comes with some insane risks. And eventually, those risks caught up with her. Which brings us to the fall. It was just this brutal, relentless series of injuries that started to wear her down. A really nasty crash in 2013 tore up her right knee, which kept her out of the 2014 Olympics. After more fractures and just years of chronic, grinding pain, her body finally just said no more. And in 2019, she had to walk away. And this quote from back in 2014, man, it just captures the heartbreak, doesn't it? I mean, imagine dedicating your entire life to that one moment at the Olympics, only for your own body to betray you. It was a huge turning point and a sign of the painful battles that were still ahead. And it wasn't just physical pain, right? This quote right here shows the emotional side of it. For an athlete whose whole identity was built on pushing limits and competing, just stopping, it left this huge void. This wasn't some peaceful, happy retirement. It was the painful end of the one thing she loved to do. So, how in the world do you come back from that? From a body that's been broken and a spirit that's been bruised? Well, the answer is you rebuild. Literally, piece by piece. She had a blueprint, a methodical, step-by-step plan. First, a pretty radical solution for the pain, a partial knee replacement in 2023. Yeah, we're talking titanium and plastic parts. Then, she completely rebuilt her body, packing on 12 pounds of pure muscle. She brought in another legend, Axel Lund Svindal, to coach her. And maybe the most important part, she found a new mindset. For the first time in years, she felt strong and her body didn't hurt. And just to put this whole thing into perspective, let's think about some other legendary comebacks. Michael Jordan was gone for about a year and a half. Tom Brady was gone for 40 days? Lindsey Vonn was out of elite competition for nearly 6 years. And she didn't just take a little break. She came back from an injury that required rebuilding her knee with metal. It is a comeback on a completely different scale. And all of that, it brings us right back to that incredible moment on the mountain and what her story really tells us about what it means to be great. What makes someone the GOAT? 83. That's the new magic number. Her victory in St. Moritz wasn't just a feel-good story. It was her 83rd World Cup win, adding another amazing chapter to one of the most decorated careers in all of sports history. But you see, this comeback was never just about winning another race. It was about silencing the doubters. All those voices saying she was too old, too injured, that it was impossible. This was personal. This was her way of proving, to herself and to the world, that she was the one who was going to write her own ending. And what's so cool is that her impact now goes so far beyond the ski slopes. Through her foundation, she's empowering the next generation of girls. She's a sharp entrepreneur and an investor. Her legacy isn't just about medals anymore. It's about inspiration. And get this, she's now aiming for one more shot at glory, the 2026 Winter Olympics. So it kind of leaves us with this final thought, right? Winning a medal is obviously incredible, but maybe, just maybe, the real victory is the journey back. The grit, the resilience, the absolute refusal to quit when everyone else says you should. So I'm curious, what do y'all think makes an athlete truly great? Is it the stats or is it the story? Let us know what you think down in the comments. And hey, if you found this as inspiring as I did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more explainers like this one. Thanks so much for watching.